I think it's really an interesting concept, and it's what we keep hearing a lot this week around any discussions around AI. It's all around we have to be the creative directors and we have to leverage AI, and that's very much what you're talking about here. It's actually, don't limit your imagination in terms of how you're engaging with your customers, which ultimately is what marketing is. It's about getting the brand in front of the customers that will purchase your services, and it's about building that relationship with them. It's creating an experience that stops them in their tracks. You know, if you think about the, you know, AWS ecosystem, for example, that I've worked in for quite some time, you've got thousands and thousands of partners that are effectively all selling the same thing, all doing the same thing. So when it comes to their marketing, they're all saying the same stuff. So actually, working in this kind of non-limiting your imagination, you're able to create a digital experience that is different to what anybody else is doing on the market, and this is available now. And I think that's the biggest thing from what we were chatting about the other day, because I know you've done it with luxury brands, with your work with Sideways, and the whole experience around taking a consumer like through the luxury product that they're about to buy. So they're really seeing the clogs of a watch, for example, so they really feel that kind of attraction and they get underneath the surface of a product that they're purchasing. But how do we do that in a B2B space, in the technology sector, where we show our customers that we understand, we see their pain point, but from the start we're creating that engagement with them that's much deeper level than what they're seeing in any form of other campaign. And it's that all of this is available, and it's about having that time to step back with your team or with external support to really create something that is memorable, and it's not just another chuck a load of things across social media and hope it sticks.
No, I think what we need to learn from B2C is about the emotion and about people care. If you ask someone, do they like Heinz or another brand, they are passionate about it. Ask someone Pepsi or Coke, we could have a whole debate about it for hours. Ask someone, is it Starbucks or Costa? These are huge like family and cultural debates, and people are really passionate about it. You know, ask me if I like Marmite, and I'll tell you deeply how I despise it, where people absolutely love it. Why are we having these conversations, right? Because these brands are deep within our consciousness. We care about these brands. You know, I'm a Heinz guy. I will not change. You know, and I've tried other brands, and I taste other brands. It's in my family for years. Some of the brands that we fall in love with are deep, enriched in family and culture. And that's what B2B are missing. That, you know, customer experience is an emotion. It's a feeling. So how you feel and how you treat your customers is going to be how they talk about you, how they feel about you. And, you know, and this is where TikTok is getting it right. They're creating these moments that last, and then they're giving these brands these massive ability to grow. You know, a Netflix show that we were talking about that won one of the awards this week, and that show initially got its, I guess, interest from having over 100 billion views on TikTok.
I know.
Now, I'm not on TikTok, and I saw that show just because it popped up on my Netflix.
Because it came up as a top 10.
Everyone was talking about it. But, you know, these social media campaigns show how powerful it is when you get a community to get involved with what you're doing.
See, that is a very interesting point, just to pause there, because of the engagement that they got on TikTok. People that weren't on TikTok saw the results of that, because they were all then going on to Netflix and watching it, whether they sat in your demographic or not. It then came up on your top 10 to watch on Netflix. So it went beyond the channel that they were actually operating in, because it then started trending. It was then flagged to you, who's not even on TikTok. So you saw the results of that campaign, which is quite interesting, because then it makes you think of a reporting perspective. Would have you been included in that reporting? And I think a lot of the times we get really into the weeds of reporting. We can receive an email campaign, and it could be that email campaign that you don't click on and go and buy that item, but it could be that email campaign is the reason in 3 months' time you go on that website directly and you buy it. And I think sometimes we get so caught up in the data of stuff, where we're like, that didn't work. that actually every single thing that you do across your marketing,
it's a moment, it's a milestone.
Could create a reaction.
Yeah.
Maybe not tomorrow, maybe in 3 months, maybe in a year's time. I was speaking to a client recently who went and worked with a coach who she saw a talk from 10 years ago, but it left a mark with her.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, when you take your business to market, it's that memorable experience that will, how they feel. And you know, people say actually, like on kind of personal development, people won't remember what you say, but they'll remember how you make them feel. And
Exactly.
that's exactly the same for marketing, if
Of course
not
it
even
is.
deeper. Very interesting week around like the creative space and the importance of really stepping back and thinking what you want to create for your brand, and really the limits, especially with the support of technology now, you can really achieve anything.
Yeah, especially with boutique organisations like the size of Defining Agency, like the partners that we work with and I work with. They're agile, they can spin things up quickly, we can build MVPs, we can build POCs in weeks and days, even hours, not months and years of going through paperwork. You know, going to a GSI and asking them to build a concept might take a year to get on their P&L. It might take a year to go through legal with mutual NDAs, etc. You'll be onboarded in 18 months. Your product's changed, your clients are gone. Well, we can spin something up in days and hours. You know, we've just signed a joint new client where they've got an idea, they go into market, it'll be live in 12 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, that's website, brand, logo, you know, their whole identity.
Yeah.
I'm melting, it's so warm.
I think we're
It's
at
so
a really nice point to close actually.
Yeah.
We just wanted to do a bit of a live at Cannes midweek because it's just been an incredible week. It's been overwhelming just over the last few days, just working our way around the festival. We've joined some fantastic talks. But for me, it's how important taking that step back and being creative, but really working with the right partners and allowing your team that creative space, which doesn't tend to happen when we have back-to-back diaries. And it's about carving out that space. Like for me as well, taking the time out of the business to say I need a day or half a day. It's just the possibilities are endless if you allow the right brains in your business and the right partnerships to really support you in driving what your brand can actually achieve in terms of digital experiences. But thank you for sitting down and having a chat with us.
Sure, bye.